boys and girls, in today's video we are going to be using the traditional long division method to multiply two-digit divisors. Now, my preference when I love using is partial quotients, but this is the method that your parents probably remember learning, and this is, the most basic method that people would use, just the traditional approach. It's very similar to long division with a one-digit divisor, but now that we have two digits, we're going to automatically start looking at the first two digits of our dividend. All right, so I'm seeing how many times does 16 go into 1,120. So I know that 16 is not going into 1 at all. And I'm looking at 11, and 11 is less than 16, so it's not going into 11 either. But now I can look at 112. I'm wondering how many times does 16 go into 112? Well, I actually don't know my 16s by heart, but I could use some strategies like estimating the quotient. What is 112 divided by 16? Well, if I rounded that to 20, rounded 112 to, closest multiple would be about 120. When I'm thinking of 120 divided by 20, I would get 6. So now I'm going to try that. I'm going to see 16 times 6. What do I get? What I'm trying to do is to see if that is how many times 16 would go into 112. 6 times 6 is 36, carry my 3. 6 times 1, that would be 6 plus 3, that's 96. 96 seems really far away from 112. Let me go up one more and multiply 16 times 7, because 96 seems too small for the 112. 6 times 7 is 42. So I write my 2 down there, carry my 4. 1 times 7 is 7, plus 4 would be 112. Oh, look. So 16 goes into 112 7 times. I now write my 7 on top, and just like I did with the one-digit divisor, my actual multiple of 112 goes right underneath. Now I'm going to subtract. 112 minus 112 is 0. Bring down my 0 right over here, which was the next digit in my dividend. Now I'm asking myself, how many times does 16 go into 0? 0 times. So I put my 0 up top, and I'm going to subtract out 0. And now I'm done because I have nothing left to bring down and nothing left over. I want to check my work. I don't want to just assume that that's correct. So I am going to check my answer with multiplication. I expect to multiply 16 times 70, and my answer should be 1,120. Let's see. I'm actually going to multiply the 16 by 7, and whatever I get as my answer, I'm going to multiply it by 10. 6 times 2 is 42. Sorry, 6 times 7 is 42. Carry my 4. 1 times 7 is 7, plus 4 would be 11. And then 112 times 10 is 1,120. So I got the same thing that I had as my dividend. So therefore, the correct answer to this problem was 70. Okay, I hope that made sense. We're going to look at another one. Moving my paper right over. Okay, this time I'm trying to see how many times does 15 go into 573. Well, just like before, I'm talking about a two-digit divisor, and I know that 15 is not going into 5 at all, so I'll put a 0 over 5. But I do know I can look at 57. Now, some of you may know your 15s. Okay, because if I think of time, every 15 minutes, that's a quarter of an hour. So I actually am pretty good with my 15. So I'm thinking this first time, how many times is 15 going to 57? Well, it's not quite 60, which 15 times 4 would be 60. So it would have to go in 3 times. And I know that 15 times 3 is 45. So I'm going to put my actual multiple of 45 underneath the 57, and now I'm going to subtract. 57 minus 45. 7 minus 5 is 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay, just like in traditional long division, I would bring down the next digit of my dividend. Now I have 123. And I'm thinking, how many times does 15 go into 123? Okay, I know that 15 times 6 is 90. So 15 times 7 would be 105. And then 15 times 8, let's check that. 15 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40, carry my 4. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 4 would be 12. All right, look, 15 times 8 is 120. So therefore, I know that I'm not going to get 15 more and still be less than 123. So I'm going to say 15 goes into 123 8 times, and then I'm going to put my actual multiple of 120 underneath the 123. And now I subtract. 123 minus 120 is 3. Now, I had nothing left to bring down, but I did have something left over. So this 3 is going to become my remainder. So my answer would be 38 with a remainder of 3. I want to check that answer. Okay, and to check it, I am going to simply multiply my divisor, 15, times my quotient of 38, and whatever I get as my product, I'm going to add 3 to that. So let me go ahead and multiply down here. Ooh, I should have put my 15 on the bottom, but it's fine. 8 times 5 would be 40, carry my 4. 1 times 8 would be 8, plus 4 would be 12. Okay, I'm moving to the next row, so I cross out my 4. I put my placeholder 0, and now I'm multiplying the 3 in the tens place. 3 times 5 is 15. I put my 1 down, or my 5, carry my 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 would be 4. Now I'm going to add my partial products here. 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 5 is 7. 1 plus 4 is 5. And don't forget, I have to add my remainder. 570 plus 3 equals 573. Yay! I got the same thing as my dividend. So that means this one was correct. Boys and girls, if you need to pause this video to catch up, please press pause. Otherwise, we're going to look at one last problem. Okay. This time, my number's not so friendly. This time I'm dividing by 39. I'm seeing how many times does 39 go into 6,253. Or another way I can say this is, what is 6,253 divided by 39? Just like before, I know that my 2-digit dividend does not go into the my 2-digit divisor does not go into the first digit of my dividend. 39 cannot go into 6, so I'm going to put a 0 on top. Now I'm looking at 62. 39 can actually go into 62. 39 is about 40, so if I doubled 40, I'd get to 80. So I know that 39 is only going to go into 62 one time. So I put my 1 on top, and then I'm going to put 39, which is the actual multiple, 39 times 1. I put that right underneath, and now I'm going to subtract. 2 minus 9, I can't do that. I come to the 6, I turn that into a 5, and I look at 12 minus 9. 12 minus 9 would be 3. 5 minus 3 would be 2. Okay, thankfully this 23 is less than 39, so I know that it could only, that when I selected 1 as my multiple, I was correct. Now I'm going to bring down the next digit of my dividend. Whew! Now I have 235. Okay, I can't tell you guys how many times 39 goes into 235. I am going to actually, at this point, have to estimate. So I'm thinking 235 divided by 39. I'm going to round 39 to 40. And then 235, I'm going to round that to 240 because I know that 240 divided by 40 would equal 6. Let's try 6 out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I multiply 6 times 39, do I get close to this 235 without being more? All right, so I said I'm going to multiply 39 times 6. 9 times 6 would be 54, carry my 5. 3 times 6 would be 18, plus 5 would be 23. I'm making sure that my math was right. Oh, look at that. 234 is really, really close to 235. All right, so we did pretty good. I'm going to put my 6 up top, and then I'm going to write my 234 below. I can now subtract. 235 minus 234 would be 1. And then I bring down my 3. Now, I'm trying to figure out how many times is 39 going to 13. You guys, 13 is smaller than 39, so it's not going in there at all. I put my 0 up top, and I'm going to subtract out 0, and I have 13 left over. Since there's nothing else to bring down, this 13 becomes my remainder. Now, I definitely want to check this answer and make sure it's correct. Because even though I'm a teacher, I still make mistakes sometimes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 160 times 39. And whatever I get as my answer here, I'm going to add to it my remainder of 13. 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 5 would be 14. Okay, I'm going to cross that out, put my placeholder 0. Now I'm going to look at this 3 in the tens place. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry my 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 would be 4. I'm going to add my partial products. 0, 4. 4 plus 8 is 12. Carry my 1. 1 plus 1 plus 4 is 6. So I got 6,240, but don't forget, I have to add my remainder. 0 plus 3 is 3. 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 plus nothing is 2. And then I have 6,253, which, ding, 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 that is my dividend. So that tells me that the answer to this problem was 160 with a remainder of 13. Boys and girls, in this video, we just solved division problems using the traditional method of long division, and we had 2-digit divisors. Now, as I told you at the start of the video, it is not my favorite strategy to use, but it is a strategy. It's a tool in our division tool belt. I hope this helps, and I want you to try that last one on your own. Take care. Bye.